All right, here we go. This one's gonna be a 9mm test and a viewer special. Both these rounds were donated and sent to us by a couple very loyal viewers, so thank you both so much. We really appreciate all your help and all the support to the channel. So for the first one, that one was sent by Mr. John G. It is the G9 Defense. There's what that thing looks like. It is a 80 grain plus P. It is a solid copper fluted bullet. Has your standard brass case and is rated 1,520 feet per second. And for Underwood, that one was sent to us by David H. So that one looks like that is the 90 grain plus P Extreme Defender. That one has your nickel plated brass and is rated 1,475 feet per second. So we'll see how close we come today. So we are going to be testing it out of our full-size Glock 17 Gen 1 Reproduction. That one does have that 4.5-inch barrel. We're going through our gel. Those are 10% calibrated blocks. Do over a catch block behind that, so a total of 22 inches of gel. Our 4 layers of cotton t-shirt on the front. Like always, we'll set up our chronograph so we can hopefully pick up those impact velocities. So let's set up and see how these rounds do head-to-head. First one up will be that G9 Defense. All right, we're sitting back at 15 feet. All right, let's see what we did on that one. All right, so it looks like our impact velocity on that one was 1594. So rated was 1520. So always good to see when we do exceed that. We are testing out of a full size. So like I said, awesome to see there. All right, so there's the entry. Looks like got a pretty darn good hit, and you can kind of see down in there, not like the your standard hollow point, but still pretty darn good. And it looks like we've got a good start pattern so far. So let's check it out from the top. Oh yeah, definitely not too bad. So it looks like as soon as that thing came in, definitely started getting some pretty good disruptions through that gel. You can see those really nice distinct spiral cuts going through. Did carry it out of that first one into the second one. Looks like it did flatline just a little bit, and then there it is, almost at the very end of the block. So that's definitely pretty surprising. So let's see what kind of measurement we have here from the top. Like I always do, I'll get our cross sections here at the end so we can get a little bit more accurate measurement. But so far we are at 1 3/4 inches, so definitely not too bad. And that thing was moving too, almost 1,600 feet per second. That's awesome for a 9mm. So here just from the side, hopefully you guys are able to see that. So like I said, it looks like it came in, started getting some nice disruption. You can see those spiral cuts going all the way through that first one. Doesn't look like it settled down too much until it went into that second one, and then we are at the very end of that second block. So let's see what kind of measurement we have here from the side. Sorry guys, we do have someone right next to us being extra loud. So it looks like we are just shy of 1.5 inches from the side. So it looks like a little bit less from the side than the top, but still pretty darn good. And then there is that path going, and then it's right there at the end, and it is facing forward, which is always good to see. So let's see what kind of measurement we have there. We are at 10.5 inches, so it's a 1/2 inch shy of that second one from coming out. So that one penetrated a total of 21.5 inches. So that is a little excessive, but definitely did pretty good. So let's set it for that Underwood and see how that one does. All right, we're sitting back to 15 feet. see what it did on that one. That one was definitely Flint City. I wasn't used to that trigger, but still not too bad. All right, so it looks like our impact velocity on that one was 1474, so definitely good to see. Rated was 1475, but not as high as that last one, but you know, still pretty awesome. All right, and there's that hit. Looks like I got a pretty decent shot. Like I said, that one did go off a little before I intended it to, but you know, still got a pretty decent shot. So not too bad. So let's check it out from the top. Oh yeah, definitely not too bad. So you can see as soon as it came in, started getting that disruption. Did carry it pretty good ways. It looks like about 2/3 of that way through it maybe tumbled or something, because there is a little bit more damage going there. It is carrying it pretty good into that second block, and it looks like we just made it out of that second block, and that round is sitting right there. So that's pretty cool to see. At least we were able to catch it. So we're going to measure it at its widest spot, which is actually way over here, probably about 7-8 inches in. And we are just shy of 2 inches. So I believe it's pretty identical, that last one. They look pretty identical, but you know, not too bad. Let's check it out here from the side. Hopefully you guys are able to see that. So as soon as it came in, you can see getting that nice disruption through there. Really good spiral cuts. And then like I said, right there towards the end of that block, it definitely opened up a little bit wider, and we made it all the way through that second one, and it pretty much just hit the jug and just kind of fell right down. So that was pretty cool, especially when you're able to catch those. That's the best part. And from the side, we are an inch, just shy of 1 3/4 inches, so a little bit less from the side than the top, but you know, still not too bad. And here's that path. It is this one here on the top. You can see it is still a little bit wide until about right there it did flatline, and then it did make it just out of that block, but not too bad at all. So we're going to check these out one time from the top. So the one on the right was that G9, one on the left was that Extreme Defender. So here's that G9 track, came in, opened up really nice, huge disruption, nice spiral cuts going all the way through. Did make it into that second one, is this track here on the top, all the way, and then that one was 1/2 inch from coming out, so just shy. And here is that Extreme Defender, pretty much the same exact thing, came in, getting that nice disruption going through there. They usually do curve a little bit or veer off compared to, you know, your standard hollow point, but nice disruption all the way through, and that one just made it out of that block. So a total of 22 inches of penetration, bounced off our jug, and it's sitting right there on the table. So pretty cool to see. So let's pull these rounds and see what they look like. All right, check these things out. Looks like they both did really good. Of course, they didn't expand. They weren't meant to, but they are still really good looking rounds. So here's that G9. Of course, picture perfect, no deformation. Pretty nasty flutes in that bullet though. And this one was at 80 grain plus P, and it was moving. It does have just your standard flat base on it. You see those rifling marks, but definitely did pretty good, pretty impressive. And here is that Extreme Defender, pretty much exactly the same. No deformation, nice rifling marks. This one does kind of have like a domed hollow base in it. And I don't know if I said that one was at 90 grain plus P. Pretty darn good, kind of like your Phillips head screwdriver there. But they both performed great. So we will do one time from the bottom, hopefully. Let's see if we can get them to stay. So one time from the bottom, one on the right was that G9, one on the left was that Extreme Defender. And last time from the top. So like I always do, guys, we'll get our still shot, slow-mo, all that good stuff at the end. And once again, thank you guys for sending this stuff out. You know, we really appreciate all the help and all the donations we've been getting lately for the channel. You know, it's a huge help, and we appreciate each and every one of you. So thank you guys so much. So once again, that one was that G9 Defense 80 grain plus P versus the 90 grain Extreme Defender, loaded by Underwood. Thanks for watching, guys. All right, so here's that G9 cross section. Pretty decent openings right there, pretty decent cuts. Same on this side. It's a little bit harder to see. These are bigger chunks of the block. Like I've been doing with these you know, solid copper fluted bullets, I've been doing the whole 11 inches, so it's a little bit harder to see down in there. But I did remeasure these. They are peaking and averaging right at that 1 3/4 inch mark, and I believe that's exactly the same as what we're getting out there. And you know, for over 400 foot-pounds for a 9, definitely impressive. But let's cut this open. All right, and here's after being cut. So this bottom is the right side and this top is the left. So like I mentioned just a second ago, we're doing the whole 11-inch block instead of just, a few inches. Reason being is these fluted bullets usually create a little bit more damage further through the block than just your standard hollow point. So that's kind of like how we're measuring it like this. But anyways, you can see pretty much as soon as that thing came in, we're starting to get that disruption. Got a pretty decent path going all the way through. What I've been noticing with these two is right around that probably 5.5, 6-inch mark, they're starting to open up even wider. I'm not sure if they're tumbling. We don't have a slow enough camera to actually tell what's going on, but it is creating a little bit more damage further in that path, which is pretty impressive. But you can see those nice wide splits going down in there. Pretty nasty stuff for sure, and it was pretty cool to test that G9. But here's that top side, same thing. Right on impact, starting to jumble that gel up. You see that path going all the way through that 11-inch block. And same thing. This one did drag in a little bit of that cotton t-shirt, which is kind of surprising. But you can see those pretty good cuts going all the way through. Actually pretty impressive. And at those numbers, man, that was, very impressive. Almost 1,600 feet per second. I'm a big fan of velocity, so that's always cool to see. But there we go. That one was that G9 shot. All right, and here's that cross section for that Extreme Defender. So pretty much same thing, a little bit smaller of cutting. Of course, definitely compared to our previous calibers that we've been testing, but still pretty nice cuts going through. I did remeasure these. They are peaking right at that 2-inch mark, and we're averaging right at that 1 3/4. So literally exactly the same as that last round, which is cool to see that, any type of fluted bullet's gonna, pretty much be somewhat similar. But anyways, let's cut this open. All right, so here's after being cut. So the bottom is the right side and the top is the left. So we did exact same thing with this one. We used that whole 11-inch block just so we can see what's really going on. Because like I said, they're usually creating that damage or even more, the second half of the block. But you can see right here on impact, same thing came in. Nice channel going all the way through. This one was a little bit more distinct in the cuts that it was bringing to this gel. But definitely some nice big splits down in there. Very impressive stuff. And this one was moving almost 1,500 feet per second. It was right at advertised, which is always good to see. Because, a lot of companies these days, it's we're always getting a lot less than what is advertised or what it's rated for. But anyways, here's the top. Same thing came in, started to get that disruption. You can see those nice splits here as well. You can see right here where it started to open up a little bit more than, right here at the beginning. So I'm not sure if these things are tumbling. Like I said, my camera's not slow enough for us to actually tell that. But, it is creating a lot of damage for sure. And then right whenever, after that 11 inches, this first block, that's when it's kind of settling down. But definitely some very impressive stuff. I did test this one previously too, and we pretty much got the same results. A ton of penetration and about 1 3/4 inches worth of damage. So pretty cool to see that consistency there. Here's one more quick angle. You can see right down in there. Nice, decent cuts. And same on this side. Really clean cuts too. You can see there. Those are definitely some very clean cuts. So once again, thanks to both our viewers for sending this stuff out, making this test possible. Really appreciate both you guys. And if you guys ever want to send ammo or, donate or anything like that, all my info is down in the description. You guys can always contact me that way and we'll get everything started. But once again, this one was that 90 grain plus P Extreme Defender. Thanks again for watching, guys.